Hi friends, welcome to PPK Farmer Tutorial YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about dissociation constant. This topic comes under Physical Pharmaceutics 1 B Pharmacy 3rd semester, 2nd year R19 syllabus. Before going to this video, if you like this video, please click on like button and share this video to your friends and subscribe our channel PPK Farmer Tutorial and you can get the material for B Pharmacy 3rd semester. Now we'll go into this video. That is dissociation constant. Dissociation constant is nothing but the tendency of a particular substance in solute is to reversibly dissociate into ions. Means we can say that it is a tendency of a substance which will be reversibly dissociate into ions. Okay, the substance will be dissociated in the form of ions. This is dissociation. It is equal to the product of the respective ion concentration divided by concentration of non-ionic molecule. That means dissociation constant is equal to product of respect to ion concentration divided by concentration of non-ionic molecule. Dissociation constant is equal to, okay. Next, the greater the dissociation constant of the acid, stronger is the acid. That means simply we can say if the acid has a greater dissociation constant, then we can say it is a strong acid. Acid dissociation constant is qualitative measurement for the strength of an acid in a solution. To measure the strength of an acid in a particular solution, we can take the value of dissociation constant. Okay, let us consider dissociation of compound Ha, which is dissociated into Ha is an irreversible reaction, forms H plus ions plus A minus ions. The Ka for this reaction is, that is, dissociation constant for this reaction is given by, as I said before, product of respective concentration divided by concentration of non-ionic compound. Okay, this is next. Expressing the acidity in terms of Ka is inconvenience. So for practical purpose we used pKa. So pKa is nothing but it's a negative base of 10 logarithm of acid dissociation constant. That is equal to pKa is equal to negative log base 10 Ka. Okay, the smaller the pKa value, the stronger the acid. Remember this point. If the pKa value is less, then the acid will be stronger. The pKa value of lactic acid is about 38.50. That means lactic acid is stronger than acetic acid. A weak acid has a pKa value of less than the range of weak acid will be a pKa value range of -2 to 12 in water. Acid with pKa value of less than about -2 are said to be strong acid. Next, you remember these points, that is nothing but the unionized drug is lipid soluble. Okay, if the drug is in the form of unionized form, then it is a lipid soluble. Since it is lipid soluble, it can be easily permeates through lipid membrane. The ionized substance is lipid insoluble, therefore permeation is very slow. Okay, degree of ionization purely depends on the pH of the substance. Okay, next, how will calculate the pH? Through Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. For basic compounds, pH is equal to pKa plus ionized divided by unionized. For acidic compounds, pKa is equal to unionized divided by ionized. This is the formula for finding the pH of substance. This formula is known as, or equation is known as Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. Next, determination of dissociation constant. We have four methods for determination of dissociation constant. One is conductive method, solubility method, potentiometer method. Now we will see in detail one method. First method is conductive method. This law is based on the fact that only a portion of electrolyte is dissociated into ions at an ordinary solution and completely at infinite solution. That means simply we can say a portion of electrolyte, okay, small portion of electrolyte is dissociated into the form of ions when they are dissolved into an ordinary dilution. Otherwise, when they are completely dissociated in the form of ions when they are dissolved at infinite dilution. When they undergo infinite dilution, no, not a portion, complete electrolyte will be dissociated into ions. When there is ordinary dilution, the small portion of electrolytes only will be dissociated into electrons. Weak electrolytes are partially dissociated in the solution. Hence, for such electrolytes, the dissociation constant Ka is given by Ostwald dilution law. Ostwald dilution law is given by weak electrolytes because they are partially dissociated in the solution. Okay? This is the Ostwald dilution law for weak electrolytes. That is, Ka is equal to Ca square by 1 minus alpha. Here C is equal to molar concentration and alpha is the degree of dissociation. The value of alpha is given in the ratio of equivalent conductivity. Equivalent conductivity electrolytes. Okay, the dissociation constant at a particular concentration of the infinite dilution is A is equal to, that is A is equal to lambda V by lambda infinity. This is the conductivity method. Next one, solubility method. Here you can see the graph where on x-axis we took pH, whereas on y-axis we took log x. Here you can see the graph, here increasing and then decreasing. Now we'll see how you can determine the dissociation constant through solubility method. A derivation of the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation allows us to determine the pKa from solubility data. Through derivation of Henderson-Hasselbalch equation, we will determine the pKa from the solubility data. Through solubility data, we can determine the pKa value. Okay, that is log S equal to log SO plus log into 10 to the power of H pH plus 1. Here SO is equal to intrinsic solubility. Here SO is equal to intrinsic solubility, where pH is greater than pKa, assumptions can be made, and linear log S by pH functions are obtained. By extrapolating these two functions and calculating the intercepting, the pKa can be calculated by log S is equal to log SO minus pKa plus pH. This is how we measure the solubility dissociation constant through solubility method. Next, potentiometric method. Through potentiometric method also we can determine the dissociation constant. That is, in potentiometric titration, a sample is titrated with acid or base using a pH electrode to monitor the course of titration. To potentiometry method, we took a sample is titrated with a base or acid using a pH electrode to monitor the course of titration. pH electrode is used throughout the course of titration. So through this pH electrode, the pKa value is calculated from the change in the shape of the curve. Here you can see the x-axis we took the volume of titrant and y-axis we took the pH. Here you can see the sudden increase in the pH value, that is known as buffer region. Okay, the pKa value is calculated from the change in the shape. Through this shape, we can calculate the pH value titration curve compared with the blank titration. Means first we do two titrations in which first sample is emitted or omitted and we perform titration, that is known as blank titration, and another titration we done with presence of sample. So by difference with these two, we can calculate pH pKa can be calculated. Okay, the relationship between pH and pKa is given by pH is equal to pKa plus log 10 A minus by HA minus. Next method is spectrophotometric method. The main advantage of spectrophotometric method is it is higher sensitive. The compound must contain a UV active chromophore close enough to the site of acid base function in the molecule. That means it is higher sensitive, and also compound should contain a UV active chromophore. And also spectral data are recorded continuously through the course of titration by a dipole array spectrometer. By using dipole array spectrometer, we record the spectral data throughout the course of titration. The absorption spectra of the sample changes during the course of titration to reflect the concentration of neutral and ionized species present. Since we titrate the sample in a conical flask, there will be an absorption spectrum from the sample. We emit the spectra and it goes through the conical flask and it is absorbed from the flask. There will be a change in the during the course of titration. These changes occurs due to the concentration of neutral and also ionized species present. Next, the largest change in the absorbance occurs at the pH corresponding to the pK value. When the pH value is correspond to the pK value, there will be a largest change in the spectrum, photometric spectrum. There will be a larger change. The determination of pK value by UV and Vis assumes that the solute of interest is pure, that is impurities do not absorb in the UV and US range. Okay, the determination of pK value by UV and US assume because the solute of that is because the impurities do not absorb the UV and VIS range, since the spectra of impurities can overlap with those corresponding to the solutes of interest. These impurities do not absorb because the spectra of impurities can overlap. Okay, those correspond to the solute of interest. Now we will see the applications. These are very important applications of dielectric. Applications of dissociation constant. To measure the extent ionization of drug, to measure, that means we can, by using dissociation constant, we can measure the how much extent of a particular drug can be ionized, and also to predict the absorption of the drug from GIT or from the site of application. That means by using dissociation constant, we can easily observe or predict the how much of drug can be absorbed through GIT, gastrointestinal tract. Okay, and also to calculate the pH of the solution, we use the dissociation constant, and also to predict the concentration of preservatives required to preserve solution and emulsion. Since we prepare different solutions and emulsions, we use some preservatives like, okay, to preserve from microbial and etc. contaminations. By using dissociation constant, we simply, or before only, we can predict how much concentration of preservatives are required to preserve the particular solution and emulsion. These are the applications and determinations and dissociation constant. If you like this video, please click on like button, share this video to your friends, subscribe our channel PPK Pharma Tutorial. Prepare well for your exams. Bharat Mata ki Jai. Thank you to all.